All right, boys and girls. It is February 10th, 2026, and we are live from the MMGA Make Matter Great Again studios. I'm here. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. Make sure you drop in the comments what team you are. If you got any questions, drop them in the Discord or in the comment section. We have a couple already loading up. Broncos, Raiders, Commanders checking in. Appreciate y'all. We got a guy that, honestly, I don't like him, but he seems to be sticking around and comes back for more every time. So with me, I got my rival, who's, can you really call it a rivalry if you don't ever win? But I guess we'll call it that. We got the Bengals here with us. Subway Mike. I like the new logo, by the way.
Thank you.
I like it. Subman. How is Subway doing nowadays? Give us the state of the union for the good old Subway stockholders we may have out there.
It's interesting. We discount a lot. that's the best. That's the best I can freaking put it out there. I mean, people got the vision that Subway's cheap, crappy food. As somebody who knows what products we buy, how much those products cost, that I slice stuff every single day, I can tell you it's not cheap and crappy food, but that's what the Subway corporate people make it think, because they tell you it's only worth $6. So, it's an interesting life.
Interesting. Like we got Aaron checking into the Jets, who kicked off our first game today, by the way. I don't know if you know that. The Jets
He did. He played the Bills first game of the new season.
Yeah, kicked off. We're gonna get into that. Get to that game. We're gonna get into a couple of the team switches. We're gonna get into Blake's power ranking that he posted a little bit earlier today. What's wrong with it? What's right with it? Anybody a little, where they're not supposed to be as we go into this next season. We'll talk about the Super Bowl that was. And I don't mean the NFL one. We're talking about Sweens getting his dub against the Broncos, which I know the Broncos tuning in here to the podcast. I appreciate you tuning in. We're going to talk shit about you here in a minute. You kicked my ass. Well, at least I lost to the guy who made it to the Super Bowl, so I don't feel too bad about it. We're going to talk through, the season that's going to be. And then as always, guys, you guys are as much a part of the show as me and Subway Mike here are. Questions, comments, throw them out there. We'll get on the screen and have a conversation. If you haven't yet, hey, we got a little bourbon here, sponsored by the Tampa Bay Lightning, which, by the way, I went to that ice game, the Raymond James, like the stadium tour series they did.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, you sent some pictures. You were up in looks like a skybox or a booth, right?
I was in a suite for the game. Yeah. 65,000 people at a hockey game is ridiculous. And it was freezing. It was like 35 degrees. Again, for us Tampa folks, for us Florida folks, 35 degrees is fucking cold. We're not used to that kind of stuff. We bring out like the dusty trench coats that we haven't worn since, the 1980s. But it was awesome. It was a great time. And then we got a little Modelo on the screen here for my Hispanic folks. If you know about Modelo, you know about what it is. And if you don't, and you don't like neither one of them, we got high quality H2O. I'm an equal opportunity drinker, as I call it. But grab a seat, sit down with us. If you got a drink that you like, go ahead and grab it. If you got some fingers that like to type, go ahead and start typing. We like to get you guys involved in the show. With that, we're up to about 10 viewers. So early on, we got good action here. If you're on the podcast right now, because I like to give rewards out, Subway Mike. It's what I love to do on the podcast for the people that dedicate their time to support the league.
Absolutely.
Right now, if you're on the podcast right now, go into your division team upgrade section and redeem a +2 non-physical any player, any attribute, whatever your heart desires, non-physical under 75. So a couple of you guys that got some players that are on the fringe of being able to play, this may help you out. You tune into the podcast, you see what happens. If you stick around a little longer, maybe that dude will make his way. So Subway Mike, I'm gonna start with you here with the question here for you, sir. See what you think.
Sure.
We had a lot of movement from users from different teams, right? What do you think? What move or what couple of moves do you think is going to have a significant impact on this season?
Well, honestly, I was kind of expecting more. I mean, what do we have? We ended up having really only two, right? I mean, you were on the fence, him and Han, for a few days, and ended up going to Tampa Bay. And then we had AK, who left the Jaguars and came to my division, the Browns. But other than that, I mean, we filled the Ravens with a new user. We filled the Jags then, I think, with a returning user. But that was it, right? I'm not wrong, right? We only had the two
We had
swaps.
the Browns go to the Patriots also.
Ah, yes, that's right. That's right. Velvet left the Browns to go to the
Velvet
Patriots.
went
That's
over,
true. Yeah.
and then
Obviously,
you had the Lions. Zerp came out of
Drew came out of
retirement, took
retirement.
over the
Yeah,
Lions for.
it's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't consider, I guess, that swap because he was.
took over that team. We have a new Dolphins user again. That was backfilled due to an opening, and that guy was hilarious. If you weren't in the draft chat yesterday, that was hilarious. Oh boy, hold on, we got breaking news in the set here. Zay Flowers out for the year?
Whoa!
Is this true?
Why?
Is it? Can we confirm?
Yes, it is confirmed. Zay Flowers. It looks like he. Let me get the details here. Looks like
Oh boy, we got breaking
23
news on MMGA.
23 to 29 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. And the injury is a broken ankle, 21 to 27 weeks. Broken ankle.
Oh man, broken ankle for Zay Flowers.
I guess
Oh man, he is
theoretically,
out.
if he puts some focus onto the trainer, he might be able to reduce that by a little bit and possibly then get back for a playoff run. But he will definitely miss the entire regular season.
Man, yeah, broke his ankle. There, Blake is.
Cowboys have seemed to have some injury issues. Blue last year, Zay this year. They're struggling with some major injuries to some major pieces. Now, I do think
Whatever's
Zay
in the water
Flowers,
in
in
Texas.
fairness, in fairness, Zay Flowers should be wide receiver 3 on that team. So I don't know if you can say the season's over for losing wide receiver 3.
Now, but he was shopping CD. So does this make now CeeDee Lamb a non? Is he taking him off the block now?
I think you have to. I don't think you can trade, even if you pick up. I know he wants a tight end. Even if you swap CD for a tight end, you're gonna what? Your receiving core is gonna be Jerry Jeudy and Arian Smith. I don't know about that.
CD is off the block. There it is. Blake confirming on the show live that CD now is off the block. He's got to stay. He's not going anywhere. Now it'll be interesting how that messes up the Mark Andrews trade, because was that trade submitted?
It was not. Trades don't reopen until week 3, so
Ooh.
it was already being discussed.
Maybe it was right timing. If you're gonna have an injury, have it week 1 or 2. If you had a pending of trade that you're about to submit. Oh man. So yeah, so CD staying. All right, so with the couple of the shifts, so you got Jags going to the Browns, Browns going to the Patriots, Ravens heading over to Tampa. A couple new users. We got Dolphins coming in. We got Zerb coming out of retirement. How do you think the AFC kind of shakes out, because at least for you in that AFC North,
Theoretically, things
I
should have
mean,
gotten a
I
whole
feel
lot
like that
easier,
division's up for
but
grabs now, right?
yeah, I mean, obviously we hadn't, I hadn't beat you. I mean, we've only played twice. I was still kind of building my team. You had already had your team kind of set. In fairness, in my defense, but yeah, I mean, my division. I don't know really much about AK at all. Seems to have been here for a while. I see, obviously, Uncle Drew, I believe, is friends with Aaron uh on the Jets.
Yep.
And so, Jets obviously very good. Doesn't always translate to the friend, but we'll find out. So far he's from what I've seen, the Raiders have struggled to schedule with him, so hopefully we get a little bit better on that. Um and then uh the Steelers again, I think I played him last year, but I was playing scared because I didn't want to throw 20 picks with Joe Burrow. But he plays he tied, I think, the Patriots today. It looks like they tied in a rainy game. So yeah. I mean, obviously the biggest switch is you going to the NFC South obviously adds some big competition in the NFC. It makes that division crazy because both the Saints and the Panthers made the playoffs last year. So you obviously coming in, off a one-loss regular season is just going to make that division insane. I feel like both you guys, the East had kind of had the wild cards, I believe. Cowboys made it, um, Commanders make it, and then the North had the wild cards. But I feel like the NFC North got a lot easier. I feel like that's just Blues division, and unless Zerp, I know Zerp's got some trophies by his name, but when I saw him as the Bucks, he was terrible. So we'll see if he's got something with that stacked Lions team. But the NFC's harder,
Yeah,
and
and that's going to
the
be
AFC West is still
the kind
ridiculous.
of asterisk there, right? Yeah, yeah. That AFC West still a gauntlet. All four of those users, again, they did it last year. All four made the playoffs, and shit, we had our Super Bowl matchup come from the AFC West, and the Broncos playing against the Seahawks, and I'll kind of get into that a little bit. So what'd you think of the game, kind of overall? I'm not sure if you got a chance to watch it or not. Sweens won that game. It was like a two-score kind of win there. Any thoughts on how that game went?
I believe I watched most of it. Um, Mostly the second half though. Yeah, I mean, tight battle. I picked the Seahawks, even though, um, he just kind of easily coasted his way into the playoffs. He just seemed like he was a good user and the best runner, obviously, in the league in terms of yardage, which, if you could control the clock, you control the ball, you're probably going to win the game. Um, so see it, but I played both of them. I played Seahawks and I played Denver during the regular season. Both beat the Seahawks, lost to Denver. Denver's defense, though, his usering, the way he changes up the coverages based, even from what he calls and does the adjustments to confuse you, amazing. Loved seeing it. Like he's got some defensive mentality over there. So um, it was a good matchup. It's just, yeah, I don't think the only thing I got with Denver is I just don't think they have the quarterback yet to kind of put them over the top. I'm not a what was he got? Levitt, right? Levitt is his quarterback, I believe. I just, I don't think he's going to make like the
Yep,
big
love it.
throws,
Yep.
when he needs to. But his rookie running back, great. Rookie wide receiver, great. But yeah, I just, maybe Levitt will prove me wrong this year, but he just never seemed to be able to dial up that big throw when he needed it.
Yeah, and hey, he made the Super Bowl last year with him. It wasn't enough to get him over the top, but still going through the gauntlet of the AFC for what it was, is no easy task for sure. We had a couple comments kind of coming in. Fun fact: AFC West has been in the Super Bowl as a representative every year
I'll
so
say it was
far. I
Chiefs, then
know
Chargers, then Broncos
this
from the
predates
restart, right?
your arrival to a little bit. that's interesting.
Yeah, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since the restart. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And then a couple other comments coming in. We had Justin Herbert to the Eagles here
Yeah, I
in
saw
early in the
you picked him up, released
off
him.
season.
Eagles picked him up.
Yeah, I was on a chat with them, and I was just being a dick. I was going to pick him up just for fun, just because I could, and play cock block role. But
Well,
just
I
being
will
nice.
say I don't know if you looked at the numbers, but Justin Herbert's first game was freaking terrible. It was freaking terrible.
Oh, was he? I have not seen it. Oh man,
I played the Eagles, and Justin Herbert.
Oh, it was you that played him.
He went 6 for 18 for 100 yards, 1 pick, and 4 sacks. He was awful.
Holy shit! Oh boy, Eagles, where are you at? What happened?
33% completions. I mean, the game stats, he had his grand total of offensive yards for the whole game was 91.
So Aaron chiming in. I don't know who was worse, Lamar or Herbert in their debut.
Oh, Lamar looked pretty bad. Lamar's stats too. Here, I'll give you Lamar's stats. I was just looking at them a minute ago.
Oh,
Lamar Jackson, 68% completions, 2 sacks through 3 picks. Not great for Lamar. He's going to sign Lamar to a $400 million deal and get him regressed.
Oh man, we got Lamar gifted me a win. At least Lamar had the yards. Okay, had some yards here and there. Interesting. It's been interesting. I guess we could say week 1. We do have a game of the week matchup here, which I'm not going to talk about much because I am involved in this game of the week matchup against the Giants. Figured it was a good matchup to get a little blood moving within the league. I'd like to get your take. I know it's limited because you don't know a whole lot about the Giants user per se just yet. He's been around for a little bit. He's what we would old folks called an OG in the league. What's kind of your preview on that matchup?
I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, obviously, you're at a disadvantage only because you just switched. We obviously had the owner glitch, so you didn't get to do free agency really round 1 or 2. So you got to do your draft. You got to pick up a couple of guys, and now you got to go in with people you've really only probably maybe used in practice mode, if you've gotten practice mode, and you haven't played in 10 days.
That part, it's a 10-day part. It's the fact that we played in. But again, the Giants are doing the same thing, right? Besides the new user to a new team aspect of it, the Giants lost.
Yeah, at least
early
at
on
least
in the
he
playoffs,
played
so he's been
4 games with his team. He didn't make the playoffs, but at least he played 4 games with his team. I mean, you don't know. I mean, yeah, it's Madden ratings should translate, but there's still codes, man. Some players play better than others. Some players play better than others. Throwing motion, you got a new throwing motion you got to deal with.
I do. I'm for the first time in a long time. I get used to Bo Nix instead of Lamar throwing the ball, and I gotta get used to Bucky instead of my guy. I miss him so much. K9.
You still getting ignored by the Ravens on that deal?
The Ravens has let me on fucking unread since we switched. I think that dude was like, yeah, fuck this guy. We're not gonna give him shit. Aaron's probably like, yeah, don't trade with him. Fuck him. No matter what he offers, don't do it. But we'll see. I mean, Bucky's nice. I drafted a couple running backs, picked a couple up. I'm a big running back by committee kind of guy. So there's like 5 already on my roster early on. We drafted some nice D tackles. Defensively, we're going to be okay, which is kind of where I try to pride myself on a little bit. Aaron seems to think, it's going to be a defensive battle, which I see it. I mean, the D line for the Giants is pretty good, led by big old Dexter Sexy Dexter there in the middle of the field, kind of neutralizing the running game. Got some good edges, got some good corners. I can definitely see it being a kind of defensive type of game. So we'll see how it goes. If you haven't done so yet, go to the Game of the Week tab and cast your votes. There's about 7 prompts out there. Can win some rewards. Talking about rewards, here we are, 23-ish minutes into the podcast. We're still holding steady at about 10 to 15 kind of users. If you're still here with us, tag me in your game channel, in your team channel. So if you're the Raven, tag me the Ravens channel, and I'll bless you with 20 team points towards your bank account. But you must tag me, and this offer expires at midnight. So if you do not tag me prior to midnight Eastern Standard Time, now your own time zone, my time zone, because that's when my ass is going to sleep, is midnight Eastern. So you have about an hour and 55 minutes to get that accomplished. I see some tags already rolling in. Tag me, and you'll be blessed with 15. Did I say 15 or 20 team points?
You said 20.
20. We'll hold it at 20. So you get 20 team points, and hopefully can help you shop a little bit. What you about?
So what were you always locked in on Tooney on the draft, or if Balboa would have fallen one more spot, would you have taken the offensive lineman?
So that's a good question. So Tony was my when I originally took the Bucks over, and I looked at my draft board and I looked at the roster, because again at that point I only have 2 playable receivers. Yep. I had Tank Dell and Emeka and Buka.
Yep.
Those are the only 2 receivers I had. So at 3, my main priority was a receiver. However, the Titans trading away a receiver along with his corner worried me a little bit, that he would take Tony first overall. So I had conversations and potential deals set up to actually trade back if Tony was indeed the first offensive player taken.
Gotcha.
There's a couple of defensive guys that I liked, but I was willing to trade back as far as 10, 12, and pick up an 1 or 2 additional picks, one later in the first round, one in the second, to kind of move back and add more quality players to the roster if Tony was not going to be there. The way it ended up working out, the fact that the tackle went, so O-line was never going to be a pick for me. The Bucks have a very good offensive line, all 5 positions, very playable guys that I can rock with. Edge wasn't necessarily a position of need, because we have 2 guys that can play. I have a D tackle that can actually move back to edge. That was originally an edge guy originally. And what's his name? Savon Jones or whatever. Played for the Broncos. Yeah. He was originally an edge. They got moved to D tackle. So I can always move him back to edge. I have 2 guys there currently, Yaya Diaby and Greenyard, that can play the edge right now. The one is a little older than the other. So I had plenty of room to maneuver, and it was very defensive heavy. There wasn't a corner that I was in love with. The corner that the Titans end up taking, his awareness was an F, which we later found out was atrocious. So see, he wasn't. So for me, when I draft guys, I'm big on awareness and play recognition.
Yeah.
Because it usually leads to devs, right? And it leads to a higher overall type. So I focus a lot on those 2 things when I draft guys. And then what individual stats that applies to that position do they do well? So for D tackles, I look at block shed and power moves. For defensive ends, I look at play recognition, pursuit, and kind of that speed acceleration combination along with size and be able to strength. Because if you get bodied as a DN, doesn't matter how fast you are. If you're weak and soft, it doesn't matter. You can get a tackle that's going to run you through the nose. And the Bucks were pretty well set off, and there wasn't I really needed a running back, but there was no running backs worth taking in the first couple rounds. And Tony was really the only receiver worth taking in my opinion, in the top 20. So that's kind of
Yeah,
where
I
I
would
was at
agree.
with it when I saw that the Titans went with the corner. I felt good about Tony being there because I looked at the Jags roster and they have a couple capable receivers. So receiver wasn't a big need for them. I did reach out to them and kind of see where head was at. He never replied back to me to kind of tell me where he was leaning. Um, so I was hoping he'd go O line, which he kind of did, but I did have a couple offers to kind of move back if Tony was not going to be the guy. Question for you though: you moved up in the draft pretty aggressively throughout the
Yeah,
course of free agency.
I was trying to get
Who was the guy you
Balboa.
were trying to get to?
I
Okay,
was trying to get Balboa. It failed. I wanted Balboa. So even if I would have done a trade, I would obviously had to get to 2, which I had tried to get to 2, but he was driving a pretty hard bargain. Because I knew Osei wasn't taking Balboa at 1, but I just kind of wanted to
right.
move him into either. My plan was to move him into guard just to kind of solidify my inside because I have two 1-year contract guards right now. So, and I don't,
Mm,
I think I'm only gonna be able to sign one of them. I ended up taking uh the tackle from Iowa, Lowick, I think was his name, maybe at 12. Total bust, awful, terrible. I hated my whole draft. I mean, the DT that I took from Navy is a physical freak. Don't get me wrong, he is great. But DT wasn't a necessarily need. Like I have Jervon Dexter, I have Chris Jenkins Jr., both very good players. So that was I should have, in hindsight, I should have taken the safety from Miami or the safety from
mhm,
Notre Dame.
right.
Those were because I'm a little weak on safety. I ended up signing Chinede Awuzie out of free agency to bring him back to Cincinnati to play safety for me because I don't really have a second safety. But yeah, the tackle I picked was a bust. The corner I picked in the early second was a bust. The tight end from Notre Dame, who I thought MDB was going to edit to some great run blocker, bust. They all suck.
Yeah. Um, we had a decent draft. We drafted 4 guys over 70 overall. Tony led the pack with he's a superstar, Dev. And he's 20 years old. So from that acceleration standpoint, I hope to kind of get him ramped up, and he fits well with what I like to do. And it gives me 3. I mean, it gives me a very legit passing game that I didn't have with the Ravens. Now we got Emeka, Tank Dell, Tony to kind of be the 3 kind of main guys with McBride. And then I drafted a receiver later in the game. He's 6'5", kind of outside, physical, tall guy, which I always like to have, like a Mike Evans kind of guy on the roster. And then we got Culp as a backup tight end to McBride. So offensively, I think we're gonna be set. We drafted 3 D tackles actually in this draft. I'm trying to ship Jones, which by the way, anybody listening, I'm trading my D tackle if you're interested.
He
Slide
can
into the
also play
DMs,
DE. He can also play
and he
DE.
goes to play DN, so he has that multi capability there if you're interested there. But defensively, I feel good where we're at. I didn't realize Tyke Smith is actually hurt. He tore his pectoral sometime last season while Zerp was in charge of the team, and he's out for like another 7 fucking weeks.
Mm.
So I gotta go pick up a safety. I didn't realize that today because I loaded up today to go play the Giants before we had to reschedule, and I'm going through depth charts just to make sure everything's where it needs to be. And again,
Um,
to your point, I haven't really played or practiced with the team much
I'm
since
looking
I.
at him right now. Smith's healthy. Smith's good.
Oh, maybe he's back, baby.
Smith's
Ooh, I love it.
good, man.
Love to hear it.
No injury designation on Tyke Smith. He's good to go.
All right. Yeah, when I saw that, it was maybe during the draft, and I forget that's in
Yeah. So
April,
then, yeah, because
August when the season starts.
and
Forget
that
those
was a
2.
confusion
There's some
point
time in between.
with Blake is, when he got blue hurt, he's like, oh, he's out for the rest of the Madden cycle. And it's like, no, Madden still has the weeks in the backdoor programming. So like the draft is still in your head. It's still in
If
April.
it's just weeks
And
to happen. from
Yeah,
April
it's
to September or August. To your point, yeah, you're
correct.
right.
Yeah, we still sim them, so that's still, 3 months that are coming off the books that their injuries will go down. So it's just, yeah, we don't think of it that way because we're just simming to the next week, but it's still 3 months that are coming off.
Correct. Yeah, no, it's a valid point there. Raymond checking in here. Appreciate you as a Vikings user. DT is always a need. A defensive tackle, especially, I will say, defensive tackle is probably, what do you think? Top 4 position of need in this league specifically
Definitely
to,
for,
to
yeah, I
be able
mean,
to have a competitive roster. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, as somebody who, like I said, I haven't even played 2 full seasons. We're on game 20 maybe right now. Compared to the other league that I've been in for decades, this league runs 400% more. I mean, it's like I was just talking to so Velvet and I are both from the other league, the Patriots owner, and we were talking in party during the draft, and it's just ridiculous in terms of the stats. Like over there, we're about to close down the whole cycle because that league's just in shambles. But the leader, Jesus, English, um, had like 6,600 passing yards over there and like 73 touchdowns. It's the most
that'll
unsim
never
it's the most
that'll never
unsim
happen
sim
here.
league. It's the most unsim sim league you've ever fucking heard of. It says it's sim, but yeah, like the stats are just, and we play 10-minute quarters, 17-second accelerated clock. We have a
Oh
15 rush
shit.
rule. 15 rush rules,
Yeah.
pretty much all the same things that are going on here. Sliders are at 100, all the same stuff. But over there, people are passing for 6,500 yards and throwing 70 touchdowns. And they barely run. I mean, it's just,
Jesus.
it's 5 wide the whole game. And it's like, the 15 rush minimum. And that's, people barely hit that and that's it. There's nobody that just like is like, I'm going to dominate the trenches like there is over here. And it's totally obviously been a night and day difference of how I need to build a team. So that's why I didn't mind taking my DT in the draft because I knew he was a physical freak. I mean,
Right.
I think if I looked at the numbers correctly, I organized by the league, he's the second fastest DT in our league right now, I believe, and the maybe third fastest acceleration. Like it's crazy. Like he's so
Damn.
fast. So I mean, being able to stop the run with a defensive tackle over here, yeah, block shed key, over in the other league, it's just all about pass rush. Like the guy the Eagles took, who sacked me twice in our game, he's got to be the worst run stopping guy I've ever seen in my life. But oh my God, is that man a pass rusher? Uh, like that, I was thinking about even taking him. The what was Chaz Coleman? I just saw his numbers, and he was running like a 4. I don't even know what it was, 4.5 or something like that as an edge. He got 90 speed, or yeah, 89 speed, 90
Yeah, that's
excel.
crazy.
Like, he's crazy fast. And I'm just like, I'm just sitting there going like, well, I really don't need an edge, but hey, another DT. Well, and Jenkins for me got hurt last year. I've had Stewart be hurt 2 years in a row pretty much. So yeah, I was like, I'll stock up on the D line. So I do agree. DT, very important here. An offensive line too. I mean, uh,
Oh
just
yeah.
just the way the sliders are with run block. You better get some guys that have, and that's part of the reason I wanted Balboa is because I got some left tackle who I think has run blocks in the 40s. He's the best pass
Oh
blocker I've
boy.
seen, but his run blocks are atrocious. So,
Yeah, he can't block to save his life.
I mean, Carter, he's a superstar. He's all pass block, 90 plus in every category, but yeah, his run blocks are terrible. So the trenches here are definitely important. I do agree with the Vikings on that assessment. Though the Vikings only seems to trade with the Titans, though now. They are best friends, and that is like that they made 2 trades together in the offseason, and that was it. They don't deal with anybody else. It's just them together.
I will say Ramrod. So I know Ramrod. Him and I brought him over from another league that we had for a very very long time. Actually, that league I was probably in it for 2022. So 4 actual years. God knows how many actual seasons. Um, and Ramrod is one of those kind of defensive line kind of users that masters the block shed, getting off of blocks, and is just havoc. Because just when you think you got time, you don't. And he's not one to trade. I will say, Ramrod, he's a guy that likes to build through the draft, sign some free agents, really focus on the development of the guys. So for him to make a trade, he had to feel it was worthwhile for him. So Titans maybe, just made an offer, and
Well,
actually he's chiming in right now. I don't usually trade, which kind of what I said. I only deal with people that ask. So hey, Ramrod's not known to go
he's
out.
Not a shopper. He's not a shopper.
He's not going to go out in people's inboxes and kind of test the market. But
or
if you
even
come to him
post a
with
block.
the trade,
Yeah.
if you come to him with a trade that makes sense to him, that he feels can improve his the way he plays and kind of makes his team a little better, he may just pull the trigger. So hey, slide to the DMs and make an offer. I think that's what we learned here.
And I've always been the
Aaron,
my thing is, if I'm going to make a trade, or if somebody slides into my DMs and wants a certain player, I personally am always going to put that person on the market, because you never know if there's something better.
Of course, absolutely.
I will never make a deal
about Hamilton in my inbox, and I was like, you know what? If this is a market for me in my inbox without me putting him out in public, what the fuck is it with him in public?
Yeah. I'm never going to make a deal without shopping.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. We got some more cards. Cards making it known here. Cards are open for business. We are peaking right now at 12 users. We're at the 40-minute mark.
He's trying to trade a halfback. You don't have interest in Cook? You don't want to get cooking?
So I like Cook. I do, but I feel like he's too small. Or like I look at break tackle, considering how much I run in between the tackles. I look at break tackle and those kind of characteristics, and I feel I don't know. It's hard to find a K9 replacement. The guy's just so good. He's so good.
He's real life Super Bowl MVP. Of course, he's great.
He is, which I was pumped to see him happen. Real quick, Patriots, you're on the podcast. Could you chime in with this 4,000? Answer my DMs, bro. I'm trying to make a move with you here.
Cook to Cincy, man. Cook to Cincy.
Listen,
that's my guy.
Help me, help you. We have cards saying him in the DMs. He's open for business. He also has Delp, a stud tight end for those tight end hungry guys that are needing. Hey, listen, I need a cut from this trade here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to offer some guys here, I want to get something in return. But with that being said, we're at the 40-minute mark. We got 13 users still hanging out with us. Hopefully, drinking some water or whatever drink of choice you got. If you're still with us, I appreciate you. Comment in your team section, your team channel, and tag. So tag me again, and I need you to say "fuck the Bengals" because that's what I believe in. And if you do that before midnight, I will bless you with a +2 to any attribute, non-physical, under 70. So tag me, fuck the Bengals, right below that. Put the player that you would like to receive the +2. Must be under 70 category, and it has to be non-physical. Still, and the viewership is growing. We're up to about 16 folks right now. I love it. We got some Diet Coke drinkers tonight, which ain't no wrong with that, dude. It's a school night. So talking about school nights, bro. We were on so Discord. We had a little chat during the draft, right? You had one with your boy. We had one over in the Discord voice chat, and the Dolphins chimed in. I don't know if the Dolphins are gonna make it, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. So first of all, he's a young kid. He's in high school, and the young man has been kicked out of high school a couple times. and he came in to the chat, saying, end this and end that, and it just went south real quick. But he played his game today against the 49ers, which, by the way, if you guys are in,
did he?
I don't know. He played the game. I did see there's some video.
The game started.
Oh, it never ended. There you go. That's what it was. The game never ended.
DC'd, and there's a plug
so maybe he's
accusation.
buddies with the Steelers. Maybe he's buddies with the Steelers because that mother effer, every time he plays me, it always somehow desyncs. Hotspot doesn't work. I played that guy like 4 times. I've never finished a game. But I'm the only person who's ever finished a game against. Everybody else, he plays. No problem. Besides me. I take it personally. And I don't desync against anyone. I'm hardwired in. No issues there. I don't know, Steelers. That's why I had to leave. I can't get my stats against you. Makes me upset. But the Dolphins tried to play the 49ers today. It got desynced. Did you watch any of the clips? What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I mean, I thought the clip I did watch just I think the first part. I think it was just quick snapping, which it is one obviously of the most different rules kind of coming over that it is tough for some people to adjust to. I played the Cardinals last year, who obviously just beat the Cowboys, and had to get on him for the first half and quick snap, and he did it a few times. And then the Patriots guy last year, who was the cheesiest guy I played in the league. I had to file a report on him, but he quick snapped the hell out of me and then disappeared. So it does seem to be a problem with people that are brand new to the league, never been here before, that they're you got to let your guy get set and all that stuff, and give the defense time to adjust, because most people just it's just a habit thing. You just push an A, get up to the line of scrimmage, you see the thing, you move, make your thing, and you go. But yeah, you just kind of got to get in the habit of just waiting that those 3 seconds. So
and it makes sense. That was so. I will tell you, for me, and I've been in the league now just over a full calendar year. I think when I finally joined, it was in early January when I finally got a team, because I joined at the end of the other cycle. The quick snap is the biggest thing for me to adjust, because I just walk up, I look left, I look right, I look at my route again, and I say hike. Like, that's my rhythm. And people are like, "Oh, you got to quit snapping." I'm like, I'm not trying to quick snap. I look left, I look right, look to pay art, say hike. But I wasn't letting, like, Lamar has an exaggerated walk up. Well, I wasn't letting him finish. And that's part of the rules. He's got to finish his animation, per se, before he can snap the ball. And I was like, "Well, that threw me for a loop." So it can be the hardest kind of thing to adjust to. I can agree with that. What are the rules? Hope the Ravens has read the rules. Hey, listen, hopefully they're better than the Dolphins did. But again, he's Aaron's guy. I hope that Aaron, talk to him ahead of time.
You would think, little walkthrough on there. Yeah, I see the.
But he also played the Raiders, which, if there's one guy that knows the rules like the back of his hands, the fucking Raiders.
Yeah,
and he will make sure that he knows the rules post and during this game.
Yeah, I see. Seahawks Lions are on try number 3. A lot of lag over there in the ZERP return against the defending Super Bowl champions.
The ZERP return. How do we? I guess we don't know any scores that we can report.
I mean, so far we've had a decent amount of games played this week. I mean, Tennessee beat Minnesota. The best friends, played in week 1, shockingly. Or the trade friends.
What was the score that one?
33-13 Tennessee. I will say, Minnesota's starting quarterback is Mac Jones. I don't know about the long-term viability of that. That's at this point in time, that's a
Yeah, man.
pretty weak starting QB. Houston beat Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville obviously a newer user, but Houston won 38-14. Pretty decisive win there. Obviously, Cincinnati beat the Eagles 27-7. Pittsburgh and New England was a tie, as I said earlier. Chicago beat Colts 31-19. Good to see Go Blue deciding. Hopefully, he's playing at least one or two more seasons here. I know he was debating kind
Looks
of
like it.
hanging it up, but yeah, Colts 12-point loss on that one. I do want to actually see that Colts see if they ran with that running back at all. He 2 carries for 15 yards. He drafted a running back, Aaron Woods out of Marshall, who's got 97 speed.
Oh, I saw that guy. I saw that guy. I was so fucking mad. So I had that guy queued up to draft. The pick that he took him, I picked like 3 picks after him. And I had him queued up. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take this guy. He's like the fastest guy left. Like, I'm just drafting based off of, physicals at this point. And he got him. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever, he got him. And then I see him post-draft. Like, there's certain guys I look for post-draft to see what they ended up, to see if I want to be pissed off or not. And he was one of them. I'm like, oh, of course. He's like a stud. And he went to a guy that loves running backs.
Well, what's
now we do have breaking news. Hold on, Subway.
Yeah,
we have breaking news here coming on the show on MMGA. Breaking news: the Cowboys are fucking broke, and they may need to release an elite tackle they just traded for in order to get money. Do you happen to know who this tackle is? Can you give us any insight to this guy? I'm pulling him up here as we speak.
Cosme? They got to release Cosme?
It is Sam Cosme, 90 overall, 29-year-old right tackle. May be hitting the free agent bid realm here shortly. Looks like he's going to have to cut him to get under the cap because, one of the rules that people seldom forget about is you have to be under. You can't be negative in cap space. You got to have 51 players on the roster on week 1. And it seems like the Cowboys, especially now with that Zay Flowers injury that puts him out for a couple weeks, that may have dropped him on the roster to under that 51. And because of his tight cap, he can't really go sign a player without dropping another one. And this seems to be the most viable option here. This guy you're going to bid on?
I'm broke too, so don't look at me. I got $3.88 million, so I don't.
Daddy has 30 mil. We
We
will be offering 30 mil to this right tackle. My bid is being placed as we speak. Aaron,
This is officially
eyeball whatever you want.
He couldn't come up with a better idea than to cut him.
We haven't seen the official post yet.
I mean, he's got to have
the official post yet. I'm scrolling through to see if I've been.
He's got to have somebody else he can cut.
He can't trade
he's got to.
Anymore, which I think he was going to trade. I think he was going to trade CD to get under with the Mark Andrews trade in a couple weeks to be able to get some more cap relief, but he can't trade him now because Zay's hurt.
How many?
Zay still counts towards the cap. Oh man,
where's he at for players?
You know what, though, Blake? That's what you get for offering Lamar the fucking bag and a half that you offered him. $400 million. You got yourself an elite quarterback that threw for fucking 200 yards and 2 picks and got sacked and 68% complete percentage. But hey, you got Lamar, bro.
If I were him, I would just be cutting like his backup safety or something.
I don't think he can, bro. I don't think he can.
He's got 50.
He's where's he at on the roster limit? Because that's the biggest thing.
He's got 51. He's got 51 or 53 right now. Obviously, there's an injury, but if you don't put him on IR, he's still rostered. So as long as he doesn't IR him and go down to 50, technically he's still 51, right? I mean, you don't have to have 51 healthy bottles. He's got 190K. So he's positive.
Shit.
I mean, he's positive though. He's not negative. So like, I don't feel like you have to.
I mean, if he wants to sign a receiver from a depth perspective, he can't. Or or
Correct.
or or the rest of the season for that matter.
Yeah, but I mean, he could cut. I mean, well, it
He
depends who he's
cannot
trying
get
to
another
sign.
injury.
But like Marquise Bell, I mean, he shouldn't even be playing. You'd be putting in Adon Schuler. Just let Bell go. You get 2.5 million from him. You can go find maybe a receiver for 2.5 million. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. See, this is the part of the cycle when you know Cap becomes it's a real thing. Like usually that first season, that first off season, maybe that second one. But now guys have been on the rosters a little bit. They've cut some guys. They've done this and the other. Now you see it come back again, usually around this time, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm a big believer in and I hope obviously this year, you guys, the league had a restart that happens, which is always a weird to deal with because you guys had a league, then it kind of glitched out for a few days. You started a new one. You decided to roll with this one. It seems like here with the Greg kind of stepping aside to build this awesome app, which we'll see next year. And MDB having a baby and Nico just kind of getting burned out on stuff. Some turnover in the top echelon, which throws everything kind of into question. But I'm definitely a believer in I hope for always 6-7 seasons a cycle because that takes skill to keep your team cap and manage to still 6-7 seasons. That's a long time with re-signing guys, drafting guys, tagging guys, freaking 5th-year optioning. I mean, especially when your max contract limits are what, usually 5 for your guys, 5, 4, and 3.
Five
Yeah.
years unless they
Yes.
requesting longer. You guys can screenshot to prove it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I love seeing like a 6 or 7 season cycle. And right now, you guys theoretically, if you didn't have to restart, would be in season 5 of an actual cycle. Without the restart, we're in season 4 in this one, but there was a dead restart.
Uh,
Which
yeah, we would be in 5 going on 6 actually because we were already in season 3 over there.
were you? Were you in season? I thought it was just
Yeah.
after one season it restarted.
Um,
I thought it was
maybe
just
the second.
the bald headed guy won a Super Bowl and then he restarted.
It may have been. It may have been. Right.
Yeah,
I
I think
forget.
it was
It's
just one season, and then you guys have
and
been
then
in.
out of season. So yeah. So I guess we would have been entering
Right,
season 5.
yeah, right now, yeah. And then if we play one more, it'd be 6. So yeah, six
Right.
to seven season would be, that usually gets you to about April in the calendar, and that's then
Listen,
you get a
I
couple.
ain't gonna lie to you, dude. Last year we were going in fucking July.
Hey man, I'd love it. I mean, don't get me wrong,
We
I'd love
were
it.
we were in July last year because again I took over in that February kind of time frame with the team and I ran 2 seasons with them and we were in like that May kind of time frame going into
Yeah.
June when we decided to take a pause for the new or college football was coming out.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's some concrete here. We got season in 1 game.
Okay. There you go. Yeah.
So
So I don't count
and
the
then
one game.
Blake he chimed in. He needs a backup edge rusher DT. Guy has some holes he's got to fill. He can't fill it with $190,000. He said he's got a $190
I mean,
in cap space, and that's
maybe
Jerry
you
Jones
still
rolled out
trade
there, bro.
CD
You
then
got to
and
put a
just
team on the
sign somebody
roster.
out of free agency.
Oh man, it sounds like you got some dudes weighing in. Just cut CD.
There you go. Yeah.
You got
He could still just wait it out, one more game, and then
yeah,
and then trade CD and get the cap that way, and then
right.
maybe fill the tight end hole, sign a receiver to take, but then Jerry Judy's number one. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Judy did win some vet awards. Don't get me wrong, he's not terrible. I was trying to lowball him in free
Jerry
agency just
Judy
to get him
sucked
on my
ass.
team, but
Yeah, and now wide receiver 1.
he's not receiver one. I wouldn't, put my hopes on Jerry Judy being wide receiver. Hey, he's back on the Cowboys though. It's where he had some of his best seasons. So
It's
who
when he
knows?
has
Maybe.
some best seasons. That is true. All right, I want to pivot over to the PR rankings here. So Blake
Sure.
posted some rankings earlier. Again, it's week one. It was more so call it for fun. I'm gonna go through the top 10 here. Tell me what's wrong with the top 10. So we got Seahawks 1, Raiders 2, Titans, your BFF 3, the runner-ups 4, and the Broncos. Bot 5, yours truly 6, Giants or 7. Big Poppy there is 8. Aaron with the Jets are 9. And you have the Chiefs running out the top 10 at number 10. So in the top 10, there's a decent mix between NFC and AFC. What are your thoughts, at least on that initial top 10?
The first thing I see is the Titans are too high. That's obvious. There's no way that fucking orange parka wearing motherfucker should be number 3.
Shocker.
I mean,
by the way,
the
Titans,
Broncos.
we gotta get you on the podcast, bro.
The Broncos.
I need some of this action. Fucking
he
on this
tapped him
podcast.
in the playoffs. Fucking tapped him. Titans choked on a big one, biggest RPO opening I've ever seen. I mean, yeah. And I know Bot lost in the first round, but the man was coming off of double eye surgery, and
He's going through some shit. Is what you're saying. He's going through some shit.
Yeah, he was getting double eye surgery, and the man,
So you're telling me the guy was like Jameis Winston on the Bucks back in his fucking rookie year when he couldn't see shit? Is that what you're telling me? We went 30 for 30? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm thinking so. So I mean, I'm fine with the Seahawks defending champs. That's fine. The Raiders actually plays pretty well. I got no problem with that. I put then the Chargers at 3. I'll keep the Broncos at 4. Then honestly, I'm going to move you up to 5. I'm going to put the Titans at 6. I'm going to put Commanders at 7. Jets at 8. Giants at 9, just because I haven't seen them win a game yet. I mean, I think he lost all 4 last season. And then I'll keep the Chiefs at 10. I do think the Cowboys should probably be above the Saints. We're out of the top 10 now, but I also think the Bills are too high. I think I'm too goddamn low. But I think the Panthers are too low too. Honestly, I think Panthers made the playoffs last year. Colts didn't.
I think the Panthers are way too low.
2 below the Colts. Like, what the fuck? Like, Panthers are way down there. I think he won the division. Didn't he win the division?
Yeah. I would have the Panthers Saints to me, Panthers and the Saints to me would have been in that 7, 8, 9 conversation. Personally.
I'll be honest, I have not paid attention much to the Saints. All I know about the Saints is that he does QB sneaks from midfield.
Rule followers.
That's all I know. That's all I know about the Saints. QB sneaks midfield. That's it.
All right, we got breaking news on MMGA.
Did he cut Cosme?
Cosme is officially a free agent.
God.
And, if you want to bid on him, send Bill's Mafia a DM with your bid, and we'll see what happens. By the way, I'm making an offer right now. $20 million. I'm offering $20 million for 1 year.
Do you guys do a worst GM award in the off season? Like, and take away devs from a guy or something, like draft picks for how bad he is?
No, but that'd be fun if we did. That'd be fun if we did. That would be hilarious.
Guy trades a first round pick and the dude plays 1 game and cuts him because he can't manage his finances.
And man, Blake, you can take this shit, bro. Like, dude's talking shit about you, bro. Saying your GM skills are ass. Talking about booty cheeks, bro.
Listen,
cheeks.
I got a bone
we
to
got
pick.
some comments firing in, so
sure. Judy fired me today. Oh, I got a bone to pick with, like, first of all, just the whole admin team. I don't know. You didn't chime in on this, but how the hell? And I felt like everybody was fucking with me. But how the hell do you guys not know that you can void a free agent signing? What the
Oh, I
fuck
knew
kind
that.
of
I knew
shit
that.
show?
I did
What
not.
kind of shit
I
show
did not
fucking
chime in
like
because I knew the answer to that specifically, and I knew you can't. You go to transaction and hit fucking void.
like what the
That's why when you
fuck?
proposed,
I thought
when you
MVB
proposed
was
what you
fucking with me.
proposed. Yeah, no. I knew the answer to that. But so to the rest of the group's defense, 80% of those guys are all new to the commish kind of side of things, and most of them are upgrade guys.
It's true. That's fair. I mean, I'm still technically, I would consider myself an upgrade guy.
Yeah, I
But
mean, for
I'll
the most
chime in
part,
on
it
shit
was
that I know.
for the most part it was Packers, Bears, and Bills as the core kind of three. Then you add Nico kind of two was kind of core four, and
I
Nico
would
was
like to
really the one
know.
that did all the other shit behind the scenes.
I would like to know if Greg knew you could do that, because that
I'm
would.
sure Greg knew. considering all the shit that fucking Greg does and all the app creation shit he does, he has to have known.
It is just a small button. I mean, if you never go in there and
It is.
look,
You have to click it.
you'd never see it.
No, I never know who did it. On the other side, no, let's see what we got. He's talking to a guy. Oh, shots fired here, Blake. Subway. Cowboys like, hey, you're talking to a guy who's been to the bowl. He's saying, hey, relax.
Okay,
He
so
knows what he's doing.
Blake does he have one second place? Or does he have a trophy? I'm not in the chat to go look.
I believe he has a second place. He's the same as I am, I would say.
So one silver medal from Blake. And how many seasons collectively has that man played to get his one silver medal?
I mean, he did get some coaching. Allegedly.
But I'm just,
the
how long has he
piece.
been in Magma? How many seasons total? How many cycles? I mean, what's the percentage of Super Bowl appearances for him?
I'm not sure. Yeah, Subway Mike talk that shit. Get some encouragement here. He ain't got shit from Aaron. So you may have a point here.
I mean, I get to play a lot of these guys this season, obviously for the first time. I'm still playing people for the first time. I got Aaron coming up here in week 3. I get JCAF in week 4. I get Poppy in week 5. Let's see. I get Alex Ridd in week 11, and I get Blake in week 16. Never played any of them.
Oh man!
So
there you go. There you go. What a schedule!
I know it's been 2 seasons in a row of a pretty brutal schedule. God, I want to be in the NFC.
That's why. I mean, shit. So I joined the NFC, right? But I have to play the Saints and Panthers each twice. I have to play. I think I'm playing most of the NFC East because I play the Giants, I play the Commanders, and I play the Eagles. I want to say.
Well, it's either all or one.
Yeah, right. Oh, so yeah, so maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just the Giants. I don't have my schedule in front of me.
I'm looking at it. It is just the Giants.
Okay, just the Giants. Good. Who else is on there? Who's on there from the AFC?
You got the Chiefs
the West?
in week 4. Yeah, you got the West. Chiefs,
Yeah.
Chiefs, Chargers in weeks 4 and 5. Raiders in 9, and Broncos in 10. So you get them both back to back.
Yeah,
twice.
so I play the best division in the AFC.
Yep.
And the best division in the NFC, my own division.
And you do get Swains. You get him in week 14, so you get the whole West and the so you get the Cardinals too. Is pretty decent. Versace.
Fuck. I didn't leave anything to get better at. I mean, I still got a bitch of a schedule. Yeah. Last year I played the whole AFC West. And I lost to the Raiders at the end of the year. Other than that, we swept them and everybody else we played. So we'll see. I'm excited. I always like playing competition. We got some more comments coming in. We'll see. Let's see. What's the comments? This is the toughest of the tough. Some been here longer than I have and never tasted glory. AKA shots. Shots are being fired.
Well, I mean, technically,
Here we
he's
got
never
Aaron.
tasted glory either. So, I mean, unless you
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
call
technically,
like
you're right.
the scraps under the table from just
Participation trophy, fucking glory.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, the
if a
backup Mitch
participation
as a fucking
for
listen.
participation
The
trophy
backup
is
hose,
glory,
the backup hose don't get fucking recognition on game day. Okay, if you ain't got a ring on it, it don't matter.
yeah, exactly. Nobody remembers a Super Bowl loser.
That's right. That is right. That is right. Broncos talking to you, bro. Get your shit ready, bro. You gotta make your way back. All right, so we're an hour and 8 minutes here. We're approaching 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you have made it this far and you've been rocking with us for this long, I'm gonna give you some physical shit. Very little, +1 physical. Any player you want under 80 category. Redeem it in your team channel. Go ahead and tag me in it. Offer expires. Offer expires at midnight today, Eastern Standard Time. If your post is made after midnight Eastern Standard Time, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put a red X on it. It ain't gonna matter. I don't care what you do, unless you cash at me like $1,000, then maybe we can talk about it. But otherwise, +1 physical, 80 or less. You make the call. Any player, rookie or not, does not matter. Must be 80 or less, redeemed by midnight Eastern Standard Time. And I didn't see this before I made the comment. Aaron was like, we want physicals. Prayers got answered. And then Titans chiming in. Luckily, we don't play. I'd break the score rule against Subway Mike. I love it.
He
I
wouldn't
love it.
even he wouldn't even be able to stop Chase. He thinks his shade underneath is like the end all be all of coverage. Fucking if I have to hear that guy one more time say he's
We got
97 speed, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
listen, Titans, we gotta get you on the podcast, bro. I need some of this action live. Live. Send me your schedule. Connect with your people. We'll get some scheduled.
Make sure you turn the heat on when you're there that
Cowboys
night.
chiming in, experiencing the MMA Bowl. Oh, listen, it's gonna get toasty. I love it. Bringing the bowl. Experiencing the MMG Bowl is like bringing home a baddie. But is it really though? Because you didn't. I guess it's one of those things where you bring the baddie home, but you can't finish on her or in her.
Experiencing the MMA bowl, MMGA bowl is like bringing home a baddie and then she goes and fucks your roommate while you sit in the room and jerk off. Like, I mean, like that's what losing is like. You fucking lost. You brought her home and she went and banged your roommate who got the win.
Damn.
The fuck out of here.
Damn. Subway Mike dropping dimes. Dropping dimes. We got Titans chiming in. He says, say less. I'm going to get with his people, get him on the pod, see if we can do a little collab here. I love it. I love it. The next one's going to be next week, Titans. So clear up your schedule. Let me know what you got available next week. Ideally, either Tuesday or Thursday. Kind of, it seems to be the best day for majority of us here. So if you can do that, make it work. Let me know. Slide into the DMs. All right, we're at an hour and 15 minutes here. Subway Mike. Ooh, we got another. Ooh, we got the Packers. Greg chiming in here. Going to the bowl at MGA and losing is like your friend inviting you out to get some subs, and they take you to Subway instead of church.
You know, he just
I
took
love it.
my own
I love
joke
it.
and changed a couple things.
Yes,
That's
he
not
did.
original, Greg. It's not original, Greg. Come up with your own shit.
I
Shouldn't
mean,
you be building an app
I
right
mean,
now? Get back to work.
isn't he taking the app from Neon and kind of what Neon does and making it better? I mean, it kind of fits the profile. It kind of fits the profile, bro. It fits a profile. All right, you get her filling up, and that's about it. All right, that's better than all right. That's pretty good. All right, so we're approaching the 11 p.m. hour. We're approaching the end of the podcast. Subway, Mike, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna let you close this out on the pod. Any comments you want to make to the league here before
Well, let's hey, we're week one. Let's do like the pundits on
let's do it.
all your favorite, what's your Super Bowl pick? What's Super Bowl pick? Let's see, let's see if we can get it right beginning of the season. What you
All
got?
right. So my Super Bowl pick on the AFC side, I'm gonna go with just for you.
You're
I'm gonna go
wrong.
with
If
the
you say
Titans.
Titans, you're wrong.
I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans, man. I love his team. I actually really enjoy his gameplay. I really like the way he plays. In the NFC, selfishly, I'm going to say myself because I feel I'm in Tampa. I got a team that I near and dear to my heart. I feel I have a roster that I can go kind of do what I would need to do year one. If it's not me, though, if it's not me,
You
I'm
don't
gonna
get
go
a
with.
second pick. You get one. This is
Well,
your when we pulled back the footage, we got to see
I'm
if you were
saying
right.
myself, but it's a show and it's about the users. I'm gonna go with Seattle. I think Seattle goes back to back, and I think he wins it. That's my Titans Seahawks is a matchup, and I think Seattle goes back to back. How about you?
Raiders, Saints, Raiders win.
Raiders who? Saints?
Raiders, Saints, Raiders win.
Okay. That was really quick. You didn't even think about that shit. Like no
I
rhyme or
think
reason,
I
huh?
think the Saints are going to be dangerous this year with the quarterback upgrade they got. I think Caleb
Okay.
Williams is 2 times the quarterback that Justin Fields is when it comes to throwing the ball. Might not have the same mobility, but I think he's definitely going to be able to spread the field out a little bit more. And I mean, I like Nate Frazier as his halfback. I think he's fast, he's quick, he's shifty. His carrying is a little low, but hopefully he just puts on big back for that. But I think, he lost a couple of linemen. I didn't like seeing that he forgot to get on, I guess, and sign that center that the Raiders now have. But he's still got some other good linemen on there. So 2 superstars in the middle. I think it's gonna be Raiders. Raiders has been chomping at the bit. He's got
Yes.
he's got some good abilities now on Sellers. Um yeah, I
Genty's
just
been nice.
yeah.
Not Genty. He
Well,
has
no,
another
not
red shirt.
Genty. Yeah, he's got Hampton or Hamilton, whatever.
Yeah.
Hampton? Yeah, Hampton.
Yeah. It's Hampton.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be Raiders, Saints. I mean, Raiders has got he's got players all over. Signed Xavier McKinney in free agency, signed Eric McCoy in free agency. I mean, those are nice pickups. That defensive end he drafted #1 overall last year's a beast. He got some non-physical for winning a Magnum Award on that one. Sellers got some great abilities. Yeah, I feel like he signed even Jair Alexander to play the slot for his corners. He's got some weapons over there. He's got a nice little team. Um, and yeah, I mean, the Saints obviously last year we waited for him on vacation. He came in probably a little rushed, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I think Caleb Williams is I mean, he's a big upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Justin Fields. So
Yeah. No, I agree. On a side note, Titans posted our game on TikTok. So if you guys follow the Titans on TikTok, go watch me kick his ass on TikTok. Drop some comments in there. I'm watching this shit as soon as we're done. Appreciate for that. He was a 2-point conversion away from making it last season. I think he's on the cusp. And then Cowboys chiming in. Cowboys always start slow. It seems to be their normal, just like in real life. They start slow and disappoint at the end.
Yeah, the problem with
I
him
leave it at
is
the altar.
during the finish, he's got to come into these Bengals house and get eaten. So,
Ooh, a little trash talk. All right, so we are at the end of the podcast. It is now 11 o'clock at night on a fucking random Tuesday. Appreciate you guys chiming in. If you are still here, for the 9-10 viewers that are still here, go to your team channel, tag me again, post, say an end of show as the tagline for it, and go ahead and redeem an additional 10 team points for listening through. Again, you listen to the podcast, you get rewarded. It's a great, you get to chit chat, have a good time with us here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Subway Mike, appreciate you hopping on here and being a phenomenal bitch ass co-host. I hate the fucking Bengals more than you know now, but we're not enemies anymore. We're on different conferences. The only way we can see each other is through scheduling or in the Super Bowl. So hopefully we get that opportunity to play in the Super Bowl, my friend.
God, could you just imagine if I made the Super Bowl my second season? None of these motherfuckers could talk to me anymore.
It'd be phenomenal if you and I played each other. It would feed families, as people say.
We would have to do that. We would have to do that live while streaming and talking and the whole 9 yards.
Oh, absolutely right.
Super Bowl. We would have to.
100%. 100%. It's always fun. Appreciate you being open and willing to join the podcast. It's always better to have somebody else than fucking hear me talk for an hour and 20 minutes by my damn self. Got some comments coming in. Always good. Appreciate it. Good show. Aaron, also, he ain't making shit. So he's gonna make sure you don't make the Super Bowl.
I'll see him in week 3.
Jets, you gotta do something, my guy. The man's been to 2 AFC championship games in the last year. He was a first round exit with his new rebuilt offensive strategy. You see him kind of pivot back to his defense. So had a good game against the Bills week 1, but then again, who doesn't have a good week against the Bills? Any other week of the season. I love you, Bills. Don't fucking take players away from my team. Or 3, my bad, sound corrected, 3 AFC championship games. All else. So the bitch is looking like the real fucking Jets in real life. They can't make it to the fucking big game. It's funny how some of these things play out in real life, like they do in MMGA, where people they choke, they can't get past. Sometimes you just wonder, right? The algorithm, I don't know what it is, man. Needs to be some irony to it, but appreciate everybody jumping on and being with us for as long as you were. Subway Mike, give us a closing quote. Close us out.
I got nothing. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. Fuck everybody else, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.